people say, why, Grandpa, why? Because if it's up here on my vise already, it only takes a second to do. And to be honest with you, it stacks so much nicer in a bucket. Fits so much more in it. The smaller you make it, the more you can actually get in your can. Leave it on that Ripley. Hey Siri. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is actually copper. There's a copper right there. Number one, copper, baby. Forgot about that. Took that out of that pipe a couple weeks ago. Number uno, copper. So it's raining out, man. I'm just happy I'm out of the weather. I have stuff in my scrap shop that's already here and just ready to be separated and sorted. So all that work that I do in my yard, and then separating it into buckets like this, what it does for me is it gives me something to do inside when it's raining or the weather is bad outside. So Grandpa is blessed. It took me a long time, by the way, to get my scrap shop. It took me a long time. My wife and I saved for a lot of years, actually. This was something that, this shop is something I've been wanting. Well, since we moved here, I built a garage on the end of my house. Is the very first thing I did. We put a garage on my house. I was like, look, you know, I really like to have a garage. My wife was like, well, you know what, you deserve to have a garage, and go ahead and build a garage. So I did, and that garage was great for a while, but I did end up putting a car in one side, so I sacrificed half of my garage for a car that I had. I had an old 1995 Mustang GT, and that was the first car that I met when I met my wife, present wife now, Jamie. That was our first car. That's a nice solid piece of clean brass right there, guys. Throw that right into the brass pile. Yeah, so that was our first car. We ended up keeping it in the other side of that garage just to keep it in good shape. Let's see what we can do with that. I'd love to get that. I'd love to get most of that copper off of that so I can be clean both ways. So the best thing I would think would be take me a little sawzall, cut that real close. There we go. Now put that in my number one copper. Put that in my number one brass. Separate, baby. This is actually came out of a heater, and this in this shape, like this. Let me see, would be considered stainless steel, clean. Okay, clean, because it doesn't have anything on it. So I do have a stainless steel bucket right there, clean. Oh, got another piece of nice copper. Yeah, starting that up too. Oh, this copper goodness is starting that up. I'm hoping I'm not making anybody dizzy out there today. I am walking around in circles, but I've just got so many things to do. I want to get this bucket over there a little closer to me so I can quit walking over here. What I really need to do. Get something closer to me, right guys? Let's do it. Let's get it a little closer. I don't have to move around so much. This is just part of what I've been working on today. Just gonna take one thing at a time and do it. Do as much of it as I can and throw the rest into shred. I don't care, because I'm not gonna kick my butt too long on something, especially some of these things that have these weird fittings. I'm not going to do it. I will not spend my day fighting with anything, but I don't mind investigating. Let's see what we got here. I know this comes off of there. A couple turns. Yeah. Thing about stuff. Let me get you off of there. That out. Bottom cover come off. Got some brass goodies right here. What you need, Grandpa? You need these and these. Get these little brass nuggets off of here. Yeah. That old rain ain't got nothing on me. Rain ain't got nothing on me. Come on, get off of there. Sir, Scrapple Grandpa, what's next? Right here in my garage. Oh yes, I'll show you what's next. Check this out. Let's drop over here for a minute. Let me show you what I got. These came in yesterday. See, I got that whole Mercedes-Benz unit there. I got these in yesterday, and these will be going up for sale soon. You see it? There's one right there. Needs a little bit of cleaning. Looks like it's been sitting around for a while. And then I got another one here and another one there. So that's these heads right here. So 3 more of them came in. One day I'll be listing them for sale. I just haven't done it yet, but that's coming eventually. So let's see what else is left on this thing that I can knock out real quick. I will not mess with these things too much, and I'll tell you why. Because they get me frustrated. Sometimes. I'm like, oh my word, this thing is gonna drive me nuts, and I have a hard time sticking with anything that actually ends up driving me nuts for too long, that's for sure. So I have no problem passing it up. Brass nuggets, a couple good ones. There's some nice copper on here. Just got to get to it, and what I have down there is a square bit, and I see them things over here all the time. A square bit, and I got a square bit right here, I think. If I don't have one there, my buddy Jimbo Scrapper, he's another YouTuber, he sent me this kit right here, and in this kit is my go-to when I can't find something. It is definitely my go-to. So Jimbo Scrapper, free scrap metal pickup. Good guy. I like those Jimbo. He's a good friend of mine. One of the first original YouTubers that I met. So Jimbo Scrapper, and he's still scrapping out there. I've actually met him in person, and his wife for that matter, and it was an amazing meeting. Really enjoyed it. Guys, I am not sure, to be honest with you, where to go or whether it's worth my time to take this any further than I have. I don't even know what I have for metal. That is brass. That is brass. So I have some copper that I can get off, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this into straight to my dirty brass pile. So I'll recover as much of the copper as I can. I'll throw the rest in my dirty brass or irony brass, because there's some things on there that I just can't get, and I'll take it that way and call it good. Scrapping with Grandpa. What's next? That's right. Take what you can get. Yeah. Dirty brass. I would take dirty brass for that all day, especially since, let's go over here real quick. Zero. Dirty brass. Clean brass is going for like $2 and some change. $2.20, I don't know. So dirty brass is probably $1.70, $1.80. That's almost 2 pounds. That's 1.8 pounds. It's a couple dollars for that without spending a whole bunch more time on it. And you can really waste your time getting that whole thing taken apart and blah, blah, blah. Grandpa doesn't do that. Not at this point. Anyways, I'm still not doing that at this point. But we will see if we can get them little nuggets off there, because they are beautiful. Beautiful nuggets, brass, clean brass nuggets. Them I like a lot. I still haven't tested this piece, have I? Spark. Dirty cast aluminum, shred. extension cords. Starting to get a good bucket of these. Starting to get a good bucket. And copper wire adds up. All right, guys, Scrabble Grandpa, what's next? What's next? What's next? Just want you to know that I am going on the silent mode. In case you ever wanted to know what was inside of one of these things. Oh. It's a bunch of copper. Bunch of little copper pieces, nuggets. Some goodness right here. Might find a little bit of brass nugget. Yeah. I got what I could get. Baby, I got what I could get. Yes. Shred goodness. A little bit of copper. I got some I guess you'd call them silver beads on the ends of them. Silver contacts. And I think I know a scrapper that's recently started recovering the silver from them things, and it looks like he did pretty interesting job, I'll say that. Interesting. So for me, I think I'll just start maybe saving my little silver contacts for him. He doesn't know it yet because I haven't actually talked to him about it yet. I just actually seen his video, said interesting. I think he's a guy that I could probably save something for. which will be my contacts, since I've seen them doing it. So, dude that doesn't know that I'm saving something for you, you will soon. I seen his results. Would love to be able to pop that out of there, but I tell you what, I don't know why it's in there so tight. I'm gonna try it one more time in the vise. Get this thing to quit turning. I already set it so it would turn. Now I'm gonna stop it. I have tried this thing, and it is in there, but I didn't have it in the vise, so let's put it in the vise. Grab this thing. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Look at that. All right, that's cast aluminum right there, and I turned it into a nice piece of actually what I would consider clean cast. And then that's a piece of shred that I can throw into my shred bucket. And then, yeah, cast aluminum. I took somebody's advice. They gave me advice. They said, look, man, you keep on going over to your buckets and looking inside to see what you got. Why don't you just write on it? So I did. Thank you. I did. See, that's clean. As far as I can see, piece of brass, even though it has some copper on it, you can't call a clean brass dirty because of copper, because copper is actually an upgrade for that metal. So I don't think it would be considered dirty. I think they could refine that out really well all by themselves. And this is a nice piece of solid #1 copper. So I'm just really going through everything, basically, no matter what it is that's in my, this is some old sheet. Whatever it is in my garage right now. Whatever it is, whatever I got. And I'm just buckets, going through it. Stick around if you want to watch. Grandpa, again, I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. Whew. I'm tired, I'm hungry. It's about time to go get something to eat, and then come back out here and get back to work. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna go silent for a little while, get some stuff done, and then I'll go get something to eat. So, stick around, smash the like button, get your popcorn and your drink. Don't go anywhere. Unedited. Unedited. LOL. Call it what you want. See you in a minute. Let's go to work, guys. Enough talking. I just keep talking. That's my problem. Shut up and scrap, Grandpa. I know that's what you guys are saying. Shut up and scrap. Love what you're doing, but scrap, man. I want to see it. All right, let's get some more goodness out of here. I do have this. I'm not going to grind on that because I don't have my goggles out here. That'll have to wait until another time. I'm not grinding today without goggles. But we are going to take everything in this bucket and make something of it. No matter what it is. To be honest with you, anything that you see on my bench, you've probably seen. Nice #1 copper right there. In a previous video, #1 copper flashing. I add that to my hoard. Yes, sir. You've probably seen it in a previous video. I just hadn't put this in a scrap later bucket. These are always motors, microwave motors, and I add them to my motor pile. This came off a dishwasher at one point, and there's a little motor inside of that thing. I could actually turn that in just like it is as a dirty motor, and not worry about taking anything at all apart. I haven't decided if that's what I want to do or not. Let me think about it here for just a second, see how hard this is to just maybe dismantle this piece real quick. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's the piece I want, really. That's the piece I want to make it clean. What do I have to do? Do I have to just smash all that off of there? I mean, that just pull up out of there. Don't see any screws. It looks like some type of pressure fitting. Well. All right, interesting. Never done it before, but gotta be curious. I'm really liking that. I'll tell you what I'll do with this, guys. In 1 minute, for a minute's worth of work, I would put that right into my dirty. All right, you know I already have a bucket of plug soup down there, which will not be plug soup, I promise. There's some data cables. Clean them up a little bit, add them to the rest of my single strand cables. We got a nice piece of rounded up number 1 with a small piece of number 2 copper. Another plug in, like I said, 15 cents a pound. Add them to my plugs. I'll add that to my extension cords. Remember, I had a bucket right there. Sorry about the round and round. Pull these out maybe. Let's see if we can pull that out. No, that is extension cord. I'll cut them 2 wires off of there. Add that to my perfect hit. Extension cords. I have some single strand 60% wire. I have another motor. Does have some plastic on it. Could probably be made into a clean motor just by removing, I'm guessing, them little maybe not. Again, I'll probably try to pass that as a clean motor, but that's not a type of motor that I would take apart by any means and spend my time on it. I don't even know what I would do with this one, or if it makes any sense for me to start pulling off plastic, because then I have to pay for the plastic to be put in the trash. See, this is another thing. It's got a, I put that right into my motor. That is a motor. I'm not gonna waste my time on something like that. This again, this is a motor. I get 30 cents a pound right now today on motors. Add that to my motor pile. Again, this is stuff that I scrapped while I was on the outside, so I do have stuff that's already been cut and processed and thrown into that barrel, ready to be separated when I got it to the inside. So that's actually what some of this ends up being. Some nice wire. This piece of wire right there, I believe I could about run that thing through the stripper. What we got here? Just real quick. One more time. And we got a piece of Bear Bright. Nice, I'll take it. Bit of trash, throw it in the trash. Keep the cash, scrabble Grandpa. What's next? if you notice, I've got I've been really processing throughout these videos that you've been watching. A lot of it is wire. I mean, wire stripping. I mean, not stripping, but processing. And a lot of it's this small wire like this, single strand stuff like this. And yeah, it's been really adding up. Got some cast, a little bit of copper stuff, number 1. Cutting my ends off, Sculler Metals. One day I'll send him a package. Got some cordage, some single strand, some cord. Yes. And that's what I'm doing, just taking everything from outside that I've already went through and microscoped into buckets. Now you're getting to see the end results of all of that. Some of this trash here. I need to get this bucket up here and just dump some of it on my table. Just dump it. Dump it. What have we got here? Let's turn this noise off. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, that seems like a piece of metal for sure. That's metal. That is metal. Only thing I can think is pot metal because I did not get a spark out of that. Stainless steel would spark. It's kind of heavy. Non-magnetic. I'd mark that as aluminum pot metal. That's what I would say that was. If I'm wrong, tell me. If I'm wrong, tell me. This was the end. Can you believe this is the end of that barrel that I started just today cleaning up? Some of this stuff, like I said, is already clean. Look at this nice cast. I must not have been able to get that screw out of there or something here. Let's go get that. See if we can turn this into clean. Oh, it does not want to turn. Dirty. Old sheet. Old sheet. We got some clean cast. Clean cast. So, cast. Oh man, that went in my cans. Cast. Old sheet. Dirty and clean. And my plug ends. I think I probably saved these big nuts and bolts because I have somebody that I think would be interested in them. I saved his washers, nuts and bolts. He's a mechanic. Man, I'll tell you what, never know. Being a mechanic, when you need a certain nut or bolt, and it's hard to find. So I'm saving these for him. And let's pull out what I can see in my brass plugs. That's a nice piece of brass right there. Nice piece of brass right there. Let's see, is that? Oh, got a little bit of magnetism right there. I'm not sure what it would take. I'll check that out in a minute. I'm not going to get to that right now. Gosh, this thing just looks old to me. Looks old. I don't feel like. I'm gonna save that for another date. I'm gonna save that for another date. Anyway, let's get my plug-ins out of here because we're not making any plug soup today, but we do have a good bunch of them. 15 to 18 cents a pound all day. I used to throw them away into my shred pile, and literally throwing them into my shred pile. This is a dirty piece of brass, but I've got a bucket down there that I'm dealing with later as far as brass and clean brass and dirty brass, so I'll deal with that at another time. Man, I don't even know what time it is. It's been a great day. 12:47. Probably, I keep on saying I'm gonna go in and get something to eat, and I haven't done it yet, but eventually I'm gonna have to stop, take a break long enough so I can eat, because my stomach, my backbone is gonna sue my stomach for a lack of support. Yeah, for sure. I'm like, dude, you gotta feed me in order for me to stand up. Killing me, Grandpa. All right. Goodness everywhere. This type of tubing like this, for me, cut off my little brass nuggets, and they just give me, clean motor right there. It's got aluminum on it. Small motor. Shred. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. There's not enough in there for me to take out of it, make it worth me taking. So I'm gonna let the scrapyard have that for shred. They can do with what they want to do with it. I think that's fair. I mean, I got a whole bucket of stuff to go through. A lot of this stuff that I have in here, I'm saving for Scrapping Scorpion when he comes. Scorpion Metals, Scrapping Scorpion. I'm starting to have a hard time keeping up, Greg. The man with more than one channels. Let's see what we got here. This is a hefty piece of brass right there. That's solid brass. We will save that one. I think we opened up one of these before. Do you remember? I'm not sure if you remember when we opened this thing or not. We opened up the thing and what we found was a good amount of copper. Excuse me. Silver contacts on copper. Silver contacts basically on copper. Through some shred, but remember this? We found in here. Not to mention, this is a motor on this side. And you can put this into your motor weight for 25 or 30 cents a pound, whatever your yard gives you for your regular electric motors. Mine doesn't say anything about big or small. So remember, yeah, the inside of these things though, look. Brass and copper, actually. You'd be surprised how many of them little silver contacts are in there. That's what I came up with. Look at that. Nice number 1 and number 1 brass, number 1 copper with silver contacts for silver recovery, if that's what you like to do. I'm telling you, I got somebody in mind. I'm gonna start saving them things. I quit saving them for a while, and I know this guy is doing silver contacts, and he's recovering some amazing looking amazing looking copper, silver out of it. I'm like, what? I have got to be able to do that. So anyways, he won't tell me how to do it, so I'll figure it out how to do it myself. That is some of them. Oh, that's copper. Copper number 1. Old sheet. Oh, I missed. It's been rainy today, so I have been out here for literally hours. Hours, yes. Just doing exactly what you see me doing right now, walking in circles. Scrapping with Grandpa. What's next? Still walking in circles. Well, that's a nice piece of copper inside there, but boy, I tell you what, that outside coating is very thick. I'm gonna put that in my 60% today. Cut off some of these ends, and I always shred my ends, by the way, because it's copper in them things. Some metal, some copper, a little bit of plastic. I am not set up to where I'm able to recover that stuff, but my scrap yard is absolutely set up to recover even the smallest amounts of scrap metal. They screen it out. If they got a bunch on the ground, they screen it. I'm not going to let that stuff go. Yeah. So they are prepared, set up to get the maximum amount. So if some of the stuff that you send in your shred metal is or has some plastic on it like this here, I know that's going to be shred. That's just a cable plug-in with cable wire, so that's always going to be shred. But if you throw things like this right here in there, and it has wire and it has brass fittings on it, and that ends up going out into your shred pile, trust me, where it is on the ground, it doesn't matter. Eventually it's going to get picked up, going through a screener, and that will be saved and preserved and put off into the proper spot for it to be in. So they're set up, like I say, for that kind of stuff. I definitely am not. So I don't mind putting some of that small stuff like that in my shred, because I know they will recover it. They will recover it. Clean cast. So I think I'm working on the third. I think I'm working on my third barrel of stuff from my yard. That I'm finally getting to tear down and figure out what it is and what I'm going to do with it. I'm kindly pulling it over here a little bit at a time, piece of it at a time, pulling it out of them boxes. To be honest, I don't know where it came from. Some scrap pickup. See there, I'm saving these little things there for Sculler. Little brass nuggets. Brass nugget. So I figured, what a perfect day. I come out here and stay dry in my scrap shop. And get all this stuff done that I've been kindly waiting to get done for a while. Waiting. Here's my day. Next week, plus I could use getting a few videos out, because straight up extension cord right here. Because next week, Paul and I are going to be working on another project, mobile home. And I won't be out making videos, so I hope to have enough made already that I can put one on for every day while I'm working with Paul for about a week, I guess.
For picking apart lies, but justice no label and keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narrative stories. You guys read about the black ball again? Jesus and powers. What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that's selling this only in Hollywood is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Nice, clean piece. Brass. I've got quite a pile of brass under there, to be honest with you. Casts.
Superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. Right. They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. Wow. Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So these shortcut takers, they asked me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there. Ooh. Huh.
So you wonder what they did?
And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. In my face. No. My kids walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. Well, I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he has 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Cat Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Cat Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and stuff because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you gotta be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100-city tour. I'm not gonna have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym. But you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy. What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Okay. We're gonna circle back to this.
You had said for the True Company, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you're about to say Cedric.
Jokes to the
Cedric.
Okay.
You had said in
Okay.
2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What kind of 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the date wrong, yeah. So
You said,
yeah.
I had Cedric on here, and I asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say,
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know. The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice. It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up. It takes about 3 minutes. But you just hit them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
right.
focus on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Cat 30 times, and Cat didn't do, as I stand before you, Shannon, I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that? You were passing, you were just gonna lie. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances. If you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But that change the content, because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Now, I had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin home. Because P. Diddy be wanting about it. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need to know? You here? Get your
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me of being...
Cat, man.
It's crazy. Because I'm favored by God. Like, when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling.
So, you're not supposed to look at anything that you don't want.
Not me personally, just because God has given me literally everything I ever even things like I want. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Everything that I ever had as a type. Now she's not the type anymore. I understand that. And every woman is a one of one. Like, you can't really have types.
You haven't seen how bad this is going to get him. I mean, everybody's talking about the cost of food. There's not